Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the range on this beautiful sunny afternoon. Today's goal is to do a seating depth test on one powder charge weight that I felt was going to be a good applicant to get a little bit more accuracy using the Barnes 120 TTSX and IMR 4166. If you didn't catch the part one video with this bullet and powder combination, be sure to check it out up there. I did say that I was going to choose a couple powder charge weights, but after a little bit of yin and han, I just decided to go with the best group and or the best extreme spread and standard deviations that I got from that part one video, and come out to the range and do a depth test at 3 different seating depths with that bullet. So with that being said, let's get behind the gun and lay down some groups for you guys. Okay, let's take a closer look at the results from today's range session. Now, in reference from the part one video, I chose this group here to try the seating depth test on. And this was with 42.5 grains of the IMR 4166. That gave us about a half-inch group. And our extreme spread and standard deviation numbers are pretty moderate. You know, they're not the single digits that, I would like to get. But as I mentioned earlier, this isn't going to be a very long range gun, so I'm not super hung up on the extreme spread and standard deviation numbers. Obviously, I want to really avoid these extreme spread and standard deviation numbers here, so I felt like we did that with this powder charge weight here. And at the seating depth that we had originally, which was 2.275, that is based to ogive, I went forward with the depth test with that powder charge weight. And we did 3 different depth tests, all at 15 thousandths increments. So seated them 15 thousandths of an inch deeper for each group. So on the left-hand side here, we started at 2.260 base to ogive, and that gave us a velocity of 2965, an extreme spread of 17, a standard deviation of 7, and a group size of 0.81. So as you can kind of see across the board here, our extreme spread and standard deviation numbers really didn't change all that much, right? But our group sizes did. Okay, and this could be in the relative situation where maybe I was a little off today shooting. Yesterday might have been a better shooting day, but at the end of the day, though, 0.81 to 0.71 inch group, and you compare that with a 0.55 inch group, not too bad at all. Keep in mind anything under an inch with this gun for the range that I want to shoot at, I would say is more than efficient or sufficient for my hunting needs. But so moving on to our second depth test of 2.245 base to ogive, that gave us a velocity of 2983, extreme spread of 27, standard deviation of 11, and obviously the group size is 0.7. I'll also say that our velocities really didn't change that much either, from this first group that I shot. At the original seating depth was 2959. So we're about 40 feet per second difference between these two here. And then if you factor in the very last group at 2.230 base to ogive, our velocity was 2980. So we're sitting pretty good for velocity there. Extreme spread of 18, standard deviation of 7, but this is where our group sizes really opened up at 1.81. So this bullet does not like that amount of jump in the rifle. So moving forward, if I do decide to make up some more ammo for this bullet and shoot it more with this powder, I think I'm just going to keep my original seating depth, and we'll just see if this group size and these numbers here hold up over the course of more range session so we can gather more data and just see if this group size holds up at those longer ranges, okay? All right, in summary, I really do like the results that we got initially in part one with the Barnes 120 TTSX. So that is going into the reloading recipe book, and I will shoot more of that at a later date and just to see if we can't gather more data from that. So with that being said, thanks guys for watching this one, and be sure to be on the lookout for another couple of videos with seating depth tests with the 132 hammer HHT and the 140 VLD. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down in the comments. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.